May we have contestant number 5?
The involvement of women in the world of politics made any difference in the life of the Filipino people? This is a question asked by a person who has a high respect to the government. Since the former President, Corazon Aquino, seated in the Philippine government, a lot of women also aspired to govern our nation. Among these women are Miriam Defensor Santiago, Laura Legarda, and Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo. Nowadays, the role of Philippine women is being questioned because of their increasing involvement in politics. Honorable members of the Board of Judges, philanthropic carbonal clan, fellow consenters, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Gender is an issue because fundamental differences and inequalities between women and men exist, manifesting in different ways. The elements to explore are inequalities in political power, inequalities within households, differences in legal status and entitlements, gender division of labor within the economy, inequalities in the domestic and paid sector, violence against women, and discriminatory attitudes. According to the latest gender disaggregated data, women constitute 37.9 million to 76.5 million Filipinos as of May 2000. Almost 15.5 million are between ages 15 to 40, reflecting a young female population. However, while women constitute nearly half of the population, its status under Philippine society is still characterized with sharp contradictions, obvious gains on one hand and glaring inequalities on the other. One can find both major advancements for women's role and rapid gender inequality in specific areas of the society. The Human Development Report of 2002 revealed that 35% of all Filipino administrators and managers are women, which is one of the highest in the world. Additionally, approximately 17.2% of all the legislative seats are occupied by women, and 2/3 of professional workers, technical workers, are women. This puts the country's gender empowerment measure 0.523 is the highest in East Asia. But a dark side of these gains exists. Thousands of women are discriminated in employment by virtue of marriage and parenthood. Many more are contracted for 5 months to avoid regularization of employment, for the glass ceiling for women who face in many sectors of society, especially in the fields of politics and economy. Although the Philippines appears to be ahead of its neighboring countries by having 2 women presidents already, major hurdles are still in place for women to gain a firmer foothold in politics. It is still basically an elite male-dominated political landscape. Fortunately, this is compensated by incremental increases in women politicians and bureaucrats at the national and local level. Additionally, the presence of broad and active women's movement keeps the gender discourse alive with issues like reproductive rights, anti-abuse of women in intimate relationships, domestic violence, anti-prostitution and trafficking, anti-rape and incest, equal laws, amendment of the anti-sexual harassment law, and even the effective use of gender and development budget. In 1975, the National Council of Women of the Philippines lobbied for the creation of the National Commission on the Role of Filipino Women, the policy-making body of the Philippine President and Cabinet for the advancement of Filipino women in response to the United Nations Declaration of 1975 as International Women's Year. Diversity serves as the cornerstone in the task working on conditions to improve women's lives, utilizing the principles both rights-based and life cycle approaches. 1. Women share common concerns that can be addressed only by working together and in partnership with men. 2. Some women face more serious obstacles and barriers than others. 3. A holistic and integrated approach respects and values the full diversity of women's conditions and situations. 4. De facto discrimination still exists even if the jure discrimination has been reduced. And 5. The government is responsible for addressing discrimination and violation of human rights of women, particularly by working on prevention, protection, prosecution, and reintegration programs. Many politicians can make it, so do women!